What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Beat Majors channel. It is Young Heat, and I'm back today with another tutorial basically talking about basic automation. Just the most basic functions of automation and what automation can do for you in your mixes or your beats to make them a little bit better for you. And basically to speed up your work. It can speed up your workflow too if you know how to really work it and you really learn how to incorporate it in what you're doing. So I have a loop here. I just wanted to have some type of audio in the session, and I'll play it for you guys just so you can hear it real quick, and then we'll get into talking about automation. Alright, so that's a loop from boatloadkits.com out of the Diamond Sample Pack, which is called Enigma. That is the loop. Shout out to Boatload Kits and the whole rest of the team. So if you guys like that loop and you want more loops like that, definitely go to boatloadkits.com and grab that up. And also, like, comment, subscribe if you guys get any value out of this video, please. Okay, please. This is me begging to y'all. All right. Anyway, let's get back into this. So this is about automation here. Just like I said, the basic functionality of automation. With this clip, I did notice that there's a little click in the beginning and the end, and there's a way that I can fix that. So I want to show you guys just a way to kind of fix that on the playlist here, and then I can show you guys how to add it to the mixer and do it on the mixer as well. Like I said, these functionalities and these clicks and all the ways that I add automation, you can apply this through any plugin, anything in FL Studio. You can do the same exact thing by these keystrokes or these clicks and things like that. So like I said, there's a click on the beginning, and let's hear it. And then when you at the beginning of the loop, it clicks, and then towards the end, when it wraps around, there's a click, and I want you guys to hear and pay attention to that. Definitely not something apparent to like the normal ear. Someone just casually listening to it wouldn't understand or wouldn't think that there's a click, but there is a slight click. So what I can do is, with my clip here, any clip, you can take any clip and left click, go to automate and like automate the volume or the panning. So for this, we need to, edit the click at the beginning, meaning we need to fade it in, of course, right? So what you can do is you can basically add the volume automation. Okay, and this allows you to automate the volume in any type of way. You can do a fade out, you can do a fade in, and you can add different points for your fades or for your clip. Let me drag this down just so that you can see what I'm doing here. And like I said, you can make these points in here, and they can help you do different things. And it has tension knobs of how much or how fast things will happen. So if I did that, as you see, the top tension knob is turned all the way up. When I turn it down, brings it down, and that's how fast or how abrupt can make your fades a little bit more abrupt with whatever you're doing. Doesn't matter what type of automation you're doing, if it's volume, filtering, anything. So for this, right click a point in, and that's giving you another point. Then you can move that first one down because we don't want the click at the beginning, and then we have the second point. And remember what I said about the tension. The tension is basically how fast or how abrupt the fade will be. If we turn this up, it's going to fade everything in before this point here. So basically everything, because you see the fade doesn't really get higher until about right here in this area. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So without the abrupt or the point there, it sounds like this, which is okay, but then you add this in there and it brings it in a little bit more, little smoother than just say it sounds like. Then the same thing at the end, right click a point, and you can slide your points as well. So you slide this point into this middle one just like the first one. Bring this first one back, or this point here back, and then turn our tension up. And that's a basic volume fade or a volume automation. Another way is panning. Automate, right, left click the clip right there in the corner, automate, panning, same thing. As you see, it starts in 50%, which is basically in the middle of the clip. You can fade, and we can do like an abrupt fade of panning. If we set this at 0 right here. And how do I know if I'm at 0? You just look over here in this display center over here, and as I'm turning any of these knobs, you'll see, or any of these points, you'll see there's a number there moving, and it tells you how much. So I'm gonna get it back to 0. 0 is basically in the middle, and it's fading like this. So as you see, that's a panning automation. That's pretty much automation right there. No matter how you use it, if you're doing it on the mixer, if you're doing it on the clip, it's still a form of automation. That automation for the volume in the pan is the automation for your main knobs. Now there's different ways that you can do this as well on the mixer. So you want to add, which is already there, we'll just add it to a new mixer track, which basically reset it to going to 1. And we can right click the volume knob here and hit create automation clip. And it starts it at 80% in the actual automation clip, but it's still 100% here. I'm going to do a little bit more research and find out why. That is something I haven't figured out. It's been like that forever. If anyone knows, definitely explain that in the comments so that some of us can understand why the automation clip is at 80% for this here, but then it's still 100% here. So anyway, just make sure, as a rule of thumb, when you add it from the mixer for your volume, you want to make sure any points that you add somehow, or you make sure you get them back at 80%, right on the dot, so that that's 100% volume, or whatever you might have your volume set at that time. So you can have your volume set here, but even though you move this, any 80% is always your peak of where this is at. So as you can see, when I move the automation knob on the mixer track, it resets itself. That's basically your starting point. So it's going to start at 0 when we do it like this. And that's how you do a fade like that. That's a simple fade. But like I said, it's from the mixer instead of from the actual clip itself. And that'll help you too, so that you can actually watch what's going on your mixer. That'll help you determine if you don't have something on 80%, or you got something a little lower and you're like, yo, I gotta fix that. Where's that automation at? So that'll help too, just as a visual of knowing where your automation is at and how much volume you are applying and aren't applying to a clip or a section. So that's pretty much automation. Like I said, you can do the same thing with your pan. Right here on the automation clip, it's going to be the same thing. It's at 50%. You move your clip, and as you see, boom, it jumped to the left. And then when I move scan down here, it's all the way to the right. So that's a good tip right there. Another thing is you can use the mixer effects. You can do effects and get the same thing. I didn't mean to add a scratcher. You can add a reverb, and you can say, okay, I don't want so much reverb, or I want the reverb to gradually come in. Right on your mix knob here, your send amount to your effect, you can basically, boom, same thing. So the reverb will gradually come in. As you heard, when the sample first came in, it was so dry. But by the time it got to that end point, there was a lot of reverb on it, and you can really hear the reverb. These are just different basic ways to do certain effects or do certain things that you like. and you just want it to be on the fly, and that, so that you don't have to do it. You can have the system or the DAW control that for you, and you can go in any plugin and do the same thing with any of the knobs that you like. Create an automation clip for the amount of bass multiplier, for your decay time, your early reflection level. You can do any of these knobs on any plugin that you have open, third party or FL based, and right click the knob, and same thing. Like I said, you can add any sound plugin, and automate the knobs within there. So I hope this helped you guys, man. This was just basic reverb, or not reverb, but basic automation knowledge. I didn't really go into depth on anything. This is just basic automation, how to add volume, or how to do a fade with automation, how to use the panning automation. You can take these same tips and use them in something else, because the same rules apply in any other DAW. And anytime you're dealing with automation, you're dealing with clips, you're dealing with points, you're dealing with all of that. So once you understand the basics of automation, you'll have a grasp on it on any other program or DAW. So I hope this has helped you guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I will holla. Peace.